How to crochet the basket stitch.
For this stitch, you'll need a crochet hook. Special thanks to our sponsor Webs for providing today's yarn. Today we are using their Northampton yarn from their Valley Yarns line in the color Lake Heather.
For this stitch, you'll need to know the following techniques: chain stitch, double crochet, V-stitch, and double V-stitch, which are special abbreviations we will cover in this tutorial. To begin the stitch, you must create a foundation chain in multiples of 6 plus 5, and then we'll add 2 for the base chain. Row 1. Beginning on the wrong side of our work, we're going to do a double crochet into the 5th chain from our hook. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go right into this chain here. Then we'll chain 1 and we'll do another double crochet into that same chain stitch. This is what we call a V-stitch. Alright, just like that. Then we are going to start our repeat by skipping 2 chains. So 1, 2, and we will work another V-stitch into the next chain. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into that same stitch. Alright, and we're going to repeat this sequence all the way across until we reach the last 2 chains in our row. When you reach the last 2 chains in our row, here we are going to skip 1 chain and then double crochet into the last chain. Then we're going to turn our work. Row 2, we're going to begin by chaining 3. Then we're going to work a double V-stitch into the chain space at the center of the next V-stitch. So that's this one right here. For the double V-stitch, we'll do 2 double crochets. Then we'll chain 1 and we'll do 2 more double crochets into that same space. Alright. Now what we're going to do is start our repeat by chaining 1. We'll skip the next V-stitch, that's this one right here. Then we'll do a double V-stitch into the space at the center of the next V-stitch. That's this right here. So again, 2 double crochets. Chain 1 and 2 more double crochets. Okay, and we'll repeat this sequence all the way across until we reach the last repeat of our row. When we get to our last repeat of our row for our double V-stitch, we're going to work the first double crochet in the second part of the V-stitch. Then we'll start working the next double crochet, but we're going to leave 2 loops on the hook here. Then we're going to yarn over and insert our hook into the top of the turn chain of the end of the row, draw through. We'll work 2 loops together. Then we're going to yarn over and work all 3 loops that are on our hook at once. Okay, so it's kind of like a double crochet 2 together here over these 2 stitches. Okay, then we're going to turn our work. Row 3, we'll begin by chaining 3. Then we'll work a V-stitch into each space of the V-stitch here. So we'll do a V-stitch into each chain 1 space all the way across, actually, not just into here. So there's a chain 1 space here in between the 2 double V's. We'll work into that as well. and we'll work that until the end of the row. Now when we get to the end of the row, we will do a double crochet into the top of our turn chain, and then we'll turn our work. Row 4, we'll begin by chaining 3. Then we'll do a double crochet into our first stitch, that will be this one right below the chain that we just made. Alright, then we're going to start our repeat by chaining 1. We're going to skip this first V-stitch here, and then we will work a double V into the space at the center of the next V-stitch, which is this one right here. Okay, then chain 1 and 2 more double crochets into that same space in the V-stitch. Okay, then we are going to repeat this sequence all the way across until we reach the last V-stitch in our row. Now when we get to the last double V-stitch here, and we have one more V-stitch in the previous row, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets into the top of the turn chain here at the end of the row. So there's 1 and 2. Alright, then we're going to turn our work. Row 5. We're going to repeat row 3, so we're going to chain 3. Then we're going to work a V-stitch into each chain 1 space all the way across. So we'll start with this one right here. And then we're going to go into the one at the center of our double V. So we're going to repeat this sequence all the way across until the last stitch in our row. When we get to the end of our row, after our last V-stitch, we're going to do a double crochet into the top of the turn chain. Okay, then we'll turn our work. So we're going to repeat rows 2 through 5 until we've reached our desired length. And that's how you crochet the basket stitch.
Want more New Stitch a Day? Join our VIP email list to get every stitch directly to your inbox. Sign up today at newstitchaday.com/VIP.